I would like to say peace to you all. Again, this is a session of Drayon's empowerment, enlightenment, and motivation. Today we're just going to build, but we're going to talk about some things that happened in heaven. There was a war in heaven. And I'm just going to begin. Okay, we all know that Lucifer was originally a son of Jehovah, a son of God. Him and the Archangel Michael are twins. All right, so, but it's some things that people got wrong about the fall. Some people have that Lucifer rebelled against God and etc. Lucifer was a very loving and shining son of Jehovah, of God, and the brother of the Archangel Michael. Lucifer is known to be good and benevolent. So what actually took place in the fall? Well, there's some other books and resources you have to study. If you go deeper into the stuff that I'm saying, you're going to find some of this stuff. There was a person named Samson. Samson is also recorded to be an angel. But Samson wasn't actually an angel. Samson was a Vulcan that was living in heaven and Kryptonium, or heaven, as we say. I know y'all say Kryptonium. Well, if you hear about the stories of Krypton, you know the stories of Krypton are synonymous to the stories of heaven. You know, they not only parallel, it's talking about some of the very same struggles and wars that took place in heaven with the God Jehovah, when the God Jehovah presides over heaven and was presiding over heaven at a particular time, and things that transpired within it. But I'm not going to delve all into Kryptonium or Krypton and all those things. I'm not going to really go into that, but I want to tell you what took place and what transpired. Okay, Luciferich, one of the sons of Jehovah, was in some place. It was Samson and Satan had secretly gotten into heaven at this time. They crept into heaven. This could be, some of this stuff could be found in the Bible, in the book of Jude. In the book of Jude in the Bible, it speaks about how some people crept, and demons and devils crept into heaven at unawares, at an unknown time. The devil was also a person that was very powerful. The God Jehovah had to stop how he existed. That particular devil or that particular Satan existed. So him and Samson, in a group of rebellious ones, of rebellious beings, wanted to rebel and overthrow the God Jehovah. They wanted to revolt. So they wanted to know everything about the God Jehovah, so that they can overthrow him and they can topple his power. So Lucifer was in some place. He was, Lucifer's, a young, bright son of the God Jehovah, and he speaks very well. He's, and believe it or not, Lucifer was even said to be rapping in heaven. Rapping. Him and even the God Jehovah and Lucifer was said to make songs and to be rapping that would go all over heaven. Him and his son Lucifer. That's why it says it's things that attribute singing to Lucifer. But rapping, it was called reasoning with yourself. And it'll go all throughout heaven. And people say, why rapping? Because it was very magical. It's very powerful universally. Now I like all types of music, so I'm not just saying, okay, yeah, rap is, I'm just saying, I'm giving you the history of it. You can go to some sources and some very old archaic sources and find out this truth. The truth about everything I'm saying. Okay, there's records about some of this stuff. So Samson, Satan, but Satan wasn't at that particular place with Samson and some of the other guys. Samson is recorded of being an angel, but he was really a Vulcan. And they couldn't believe he spoke so well and that he was saying such things to them. And Lucifer thought that his father Jehovah didn't know how they seen themselves, what they were plotting, and the way that they were in heaven. But Jehovah is the type that he is very perceptive. The God Jehovah is very perceptive, and the God Jehovah just knew things, and he didn't want them to know he knew the things that he knew. But Lucifer told him, he said, my father knows everything. He wanted them to know. He said, where's your father? He said, my father's, I believe he told him he's on his throne. My father knows everything in some place. He said, my father's on his throne in the palace. Or, and he said, my father knows everything. And he looked at him and he said some things to them in such a way that they could not believe that he spoke in this way to them. Not really harsh words, but very intelligent and eloquent words, very bright. And he looked and they were amazed. And they wanted to hurt Lucifer. So this is when the revolt started. The God Jehovah knew their purpose. And he flew fast, speedingly. And he protected his son Lucifer. He said, go back to the palace. And he had him sent back to the palace, the Hayekel. In Jewish literature or Jew literature and sacred scripture, in Jewish mysticism, the Hayekel is the holy abode, the holy palace that the God Jehovah presides in. Very huge and large palace. Very majestic and powerful. So he started saying things, and he started battling it out with Samson and really going through things with them and really getting it on with them. So, so to speak, after this, Lucifer was somehow, they wanted to get to Lucifer to stop how Lucifer seen himself, to hurt Lucifer. And Samson and them were powerful. I'm not saying Samson, not the biblical Samson. I'm talking about Samson. This is recorded. He's recorded as one of the fallen angels. They were very powerful. And the Most High said something. The God Jehovah said something, and he pointed. He said something, and he moved his hand, and Lucifer. He had to send him to another world, and he went flying out of heaven because he could not let them get to his son Lucifer to hurt his son Lucifer. Lucifer is a very dear son of the God Jehovah, just as well as the Archangel Michael. So he went flying, and he landed in some world, and he went to some world, and he didn't get hurt or anything. And Jehovah, the Lord God Jehovah, found out he was in that world after that, and he went to him, he went speaking to him and stuff like that. And Lucifer went to that world and he started rapping in that world. He started what we call rap. He started reasoning in that world and stuff like that, reasoning with himself. And he was sort of like, he had this power over the people of that world. So the God Jehovah, it was such a serious war in heaven that it was like the clash of the titans. It was something very serious. But they did not overthrow the God Jehovah. But this world, so Satan was also involved. Satan was in some place, and it was also involved. There was a revolt, and they even had some of the angels with them. And Satan got cast out of heaven. That's who was really cast out by Jehovah. They said it was Lucifer. They got some of the story mixed up. Satan was really cast out of some place. Lucifer went flying out of some place at the behest of his father, at the command of his father, to protect him. And Satan was cast out and cast down. But Jehovah remained. The God Jehovah remained in heaven over his power. Samson was also an angel that was trying to see if he can sleep with the God Jehovah's wife. The God Jehovah, if you find it in the Bible, he has a wife named Asherah. The Most High has more than one. He has two wives. One of them name is Asherah, one of them name is Astarte. But Asherah was always with him in some place, even beyond existence and beyond space, in some palace that always existed, and they always existed in that place, and they were together. His wife Asherah. She's the mother of Lucifer and Michael. The Archangel Michael and Angel Lucifer, who are twins. Those are their children. So Samson had this plot. Samson had tried to also get to the God Jehovah's wife, and she was in some place. But she's powerful too. She always existed with the God Jehovah. So she started saying stuff, and she started doing some stuff to stop how Samson seen himself. And Samson was saying to stop Samson, but he didn't get to touch her or anything. And she looked like she had to stop how this person, and he didn't do, and the God Jehovah came in. And the God Jehovah came in. And then the God Jehovah really took it to say he really stopped how Samson, he stopped how Samson seen himself. He really did battle with Samson. But it was a revolt in all of heaven at this time. And it was some angels that fell with them. Some of the war that has taken place in this world, and some of the secret histories of this world, is that Satan was cast to this particular rim of things, earth, and some of the fallen ones with him. So, so the war in heaven has a lot to do with some of the wars and the secret wars that take place even on earth. But the God Jehovah is always the Most High God. And the God Jehovah has all of these attributes if you study Jewish mysticism and etc. But the God Jehovah is always somebody that's called Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I know some people may say, oh, the Muslims say Allah doesn't have children and this, that, and the third. Search the deep records. The hidden knowledge and the hidden secrets and the archaic knowledge that goes back even to Sumeria. And you'll find a lot of these things to be true. But the God Jehovah is always Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Means Allah, the most supreme, the almighty. He's always somebody he's always that too. But I just wanted to share some things with you. So just stay empowered, enlightened, and etc. And my songs that I'm making on Rap Fame, you can Google those songs. And I came out with another one today called Esoteric. I got one called Prevalence and one called Esoteric. And I'm rapping in those. And if you listen to it, you can Google it. It should be all over the place at this time and etc. I'm making it with the Rap Fame studio and etc. And making money from it as well as speaking to you on my podcast, Drayon's Empowerment, Enlightenment, and Motivation. But it's important to be seekers of truth and to know knowers of truth. There's so many things that some people don't, if you search for these things, you'll know the truth, and that there's all of this hidden gnosis, this hidden knowledge, Gnosticism, and this hidden knowledge that people have, that are in the books, that the people have that are esoteric, that study the secret knowledge and the hidden knowledge and the secret teachings of the ages and of the universe and etc. So, I just wanted to, that was a topic I wanted to build with you on. I didn't even put my book of wise sayings out and my own personal book of wise sayings and etc. I just wanted to build with you about that particular topic. But there's going to be a new world, a new earth. And, it's going to be new. Some people may say, it's recorded in the book of Revelations. And the essence of the old earth is going to be renewed and reborn within it. And some people may say they don't even believe in God. But just like you have government, even if a person doesn't believe in God, just like if you have a government, we have government in these worlds. If a government is in a place, is placed there by a person in an intelligent mind and a system, has placed a system of things into establishment. So if you look at the universe and the luminaries and the sun, moon, and the stars, this is government, this is order. That proves the existence of a supreme intelligent mind that placed that there. Because there is no order without supreme intelligence. There is no order without intelligence. So if you have celestial economy and the universal government of things, then it proves the existence of an all-knowing, supreme, wise, intelligent mind that causes all of these things to stay into order so the planets don't crash into each other, so everything is on its axis and has its orbit. That shows that there's a supreme intelligent mind in the universe, in existence, that has caused all of these things to be. And just with that intelligence alone, to know and understand that proves the existence of the Most High. That proves the existence of God. You're not going to have an order of things or a system of things without a supreme intelligent mind there. Or without any intelligence, or without somebody placing that there. There will be chaos, there will be fitna, there will be chaos, there will be tahu and bahu. Chaos and darkness and etc. So I would like to say peace to you all. Peace is the universal greeting of the righteous. And also saying I'll see you next time. It's me, of course, Drayon Harrison.